So last week we did part one of this planning series. So definitely go and check out that video if you haven't yet watched it because it lays the foundation for what we're talking about today. So are you excited to plan your goals for 2021? So I'm going to walk you through my entire process in this video for setting goals for the entire year, as well as your vision for the year, so that you can make 2021 your most successful year ever in business. Hey, Empire Builders, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Haley Dale, a sales funnel and content strategist, helping you create more purposeful, productive, and yes, profitable content too. So if that sounds like something you're looking for, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below this video for more value-packed videos just like this one every single Monday. So last week, I introduced you to my solo business planning process, and I gave you my agenda for day one, which is all about the review process. And unlike letting your eyes glaze over like I did every time I would get a review for the year, like, hold on, people, I just want to move on to the next year. Why would I want to look back at what's already been done and you can't change it? So the reason why we do the review process and the reason I structure it the way I do is so that it's actually purposeful, and we're making sure that we're mining the different areas of your business and auditing them for things that you can improve upon in order to reap huge rewards in 2021. So definitely don't skip day one of this process. So like I said, I am coming up to my business anniversary and I go away, get out of my regular space, and I have 2 days. Day one is review, day two is planning, and that is what we're covering today. So phase one of things is about planning after you have those ideas for goals, after you've reviewed your business. And then step number two is setting yourself up for success with some implementation tools. So once you're ready to get down to the planning process, I have some steps that I go through in order to plan my year and plan my goals for the year and plan my vision for the year. So this is step number one, and it always starts with a bit of a dream dump, a bit of a brainstorm of all the things that I want to achieve within the coming year. So I really like to spend 5 minutes coming up with any ideas, and then I go through my review process for ideas of things that maybe need to be in place in order for my business to operate better. And I'm doing that from a really informed place, having just completed the audit of all the areas of my business. So if you are struggling to come up with goals or you're struggling to narrow them down, definitely go and check out. I did a video a couple of weeks on my goal setting process, so that can be a great place to go and visit if you're struggling with goals, have too many of them, have trouble choosing them, or can't come up with any at all. But this is just kind of an overview. So I come up with those goals, I go through that process there, come up with the goals, think about start, stop, more or less, break my business into areas and departments. Even if you're a solopreneur, that can work to come up with areas of goals for each area of your business. So come up with as many goals as you can. We want to be choosing from the best of the best, and then I want you to narrow them down. So I like to give myself max of 5 goals per quarter to work on, but just know that the less goals you have, the bigger chance of success that you're actually going to see them through. So less is more in this case. So next up, once you have that brain dump, I want you to actually go through and choose your final goals for the year. And again, if you're having trouble narrowing them down and prioritizing them, go check out my ultimate goal setting guide. I'll put a link below this video. I think that you can work on anything and get anything done in your business, but I don't think that you can work on it all at the same time. And so what I like to do in this kind of step number 3 is to break all of my goals into quarters and give a maximum of 5 goals per quarter that I'm going to be working on. So what you want to do with your prioritized list of goals is you want to assign them to quarter. So you might have quarter 1 goals, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Go in and break up your goals and put up to 5 in each quarter of when you're actually going to be working on them. But we are in business, friends, so we have to think about the money now. So we want to shift our attention to creating our annual revenue plan. And I want you to put down what your goal for the year is in terms of revenue plan. What would you love to make next year? And then I want you to start thinking about what offers you might sell, how many of them you might sell, at what price point in order to hit that goal. So you know that you have a realistic revenue plan, or one that's informed. So you are truly aware of how many. You're not just picking a number as a pie in the sky. You actually know what goes into this revenue goal that you have, how many units. And it can also be a good sign that you need to increase your prices. If your goal is huge and your sales are like astronomical that you need to make in order to hit that goal. Once you have your annual revenue goal, you have your offers and the units and the price points, play around with those numbers a little bit until you get to 100% of your income goal and the sales plan you need to hit in order to get there. And even if it doesn't look exactly like that, at least you're really informed in what it's going to take. My final step of this planning process is really to do a very high level plan of each month in the coming year. So I like to really look high level and sketch out each month, thinking about, what am I focused on selling? What else is going on in this year, in this month of the business? What are different events? Or maybe I'm traveling a little bit. What are the things going on in my business? So then I have like this really great upcoming year at a glance kind of thing of everything that's going on. I know when my launches are. I know when my holidays are. I know when I'm planning on launching big goals. I know what I'm focused on selling in every single month of the year. So this can be your roadmap or your guide for the year ahead, even embracing the fact that it might change. Things might change, and you're going to get really nitty gritty in the quarterly planning section. You can go and check out that video I did a little while ago for my complete quarterly planning process. But it really is that process really stems from this annual vision, from this annual plan, and embracing and updating things as you go, but making sure you have the annual plan that you can follow as a GPS, as a North Star for your year, and update it as you go. Sometimes if I have a lot of time left after I'm done this on day 2, I like to go and create my implementation support for the coming year. Sometimes I'll also fit in my quarterly planning, but usually I'll leave that till December or January whenever I want to do it over the holidays. But I do like to leave some time at the end of my solo business retreat for developing these implementation tools and accountability tools. And so one of the things that I will do is I save a couple hours. This is a great way to wrap up your solo business retreat, wrap up your annual planning. And that is to create a vision for the coming year. And the process that I follow for this is from Cameron Harold, and he wrote a book called Vivid Vision. I'll put it below this video. So I like to go through that book once a year. It's about creating your 3-year vision, but I like dial it back a little bit and create my 1-year vision of everything that I want to achieve in the coming year. And that's something that I review a bit, before all of my team meetings. I have a weekly board meeting with my husband as my advisor and my coach, and we review that vision and just make sure we're moving towards it. And during my quarterly planning process, it plays a big role as well. So taking the time to really describe what you want to happen and how it's going to feel and what it's going to look like. What are the different components of your business in the coming year can really be a great way to stay on track. So I love that as a closing exercise to this annual planning process. Then a bonus step here is sometimes I like to create a digital vision board for my year as well, pulling different images and then saving it as a background for my desk or my iPad. So I have that there to look at during my morning routine. Step 2 is to create your content workflow. So you might have a content workflow already, but this is a good chance to update it based on the new things that you might be doing content and marketing wise. If you're launching a new podcast, that's going to need a whole new workflow, my friend. So taking the time to really create that content workflow is kind of that final step of like, how's this going to get done? And I like to break it down, like what is all the content going out daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, and other. So making a list of those things. So I have those content bundles and those frequencies that things are going out. So I hope that this process has been inspiring for you. I hope that you have your own solo business planning retreat coming up and have used my agenda essentially as an inspiration and a jumping point for creating your own. All of these templates and processes that I've talked about are in the 2021 Content Empire Planner. This process, this solo business retreat, was really the inspiration behind this year's edition of the planner. So definitely go and check it out if you really want all of the tools and templates that go along with it. Otherwise, I want to know the one goal that you're most excited about pursuing in 2021. Let me know in the comments. And if you want more videos just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below this video because I'll be dropping new videos every single Monday.